So I'm going to tell you the quickest, easiest procedure to replace the steering box on a 65 Mustang, because they're notoriously a pain, because the steering column, the shaft that connects the steering wheel to the steering box, is one piece. So trying to slide that in or out of the car is a nightmare. Here's the trick. So first thing, soak all the stuff you got to take off the night before, or even sooner, but you want to get your pitman arm, your frame bolts that hold your steering box, and your steering wheel nut, and maybe even the nuts on the bracket under the column tube on the dashboard. Get those lubed up the night before so they're easy to take off. Next day, here's what you got to do. 1, jack up the car, take off the driver wheel, put it on a jack stand on the frame, out of the way so you have room to play around under there. Second thing you want to do is use your puller and get your pitman arm off your steering box. Next thing you want to do is you want to use an impact if you have one, but pull the bolts out of the frame that hold the steering box to the frame. Next step, get inside the car, pull the nut off the steering wheel and get the steering wheel off. Next step, pull the bracket that holds the steering column tube to the dashboard. You have to drop that down. Next thing, unplug the two plugs that run your horn and your blinkers from your wiring harness that go into the column, and then you're going to take that tube that is around your steering column, you know, the steering column tube, you're going to slide that completely off, pull it away from the steering box under the engine, through the firewall hole, completely off the shaft, and put it in the back seat, because you need that out of the way. Next thing you do, there's a ring that is screwed to the firewall from the inside around that hole that your steering column tube goes through. Take those 3 screws out, take that ring off. Next thing you have to do is pull one bolt out of your motor mount on the driver's side of the engine, and from above, so there's not a jack in your way underneath, from above you want to hook to the exhaust pipe or something and just lift the engine up maybe 2 inches. You don't have to move it that much. Get the engine up a little bit, and then the trick that makes it so easy. If you just do that and you try to get that thing out, you will fight it until you cry. There's not the geometry's all wrong to get that thing out with the engine in the car. What you do is you get under the dashboard with a Sawzall, and where that hole goes through the firewall, you cut 2 slots. Just 2 cuts about that long, and you fold that piece down, and it lets you move the column just enough you can slide it right out. As soon as that's done, put it all back together, and you just bend that little piece back up, and when you screw that ring back on the firewall around the that goes on the inside of it, it'll actually hold that piece in place perfectly. You won't even, all you need is a little bit of silicone to fill them 2 cuts and you're good. But cutting the firewall, 2 slits underneath of it, and just bend that piece out of the way so you can get the shaft lower inside the car to slide forwards. Otherwise it's going to get hung up on the dashboard. It's a nightmare. That's the trick. And then put it back together and you're done.